Welcome to Noir Reality, a place where we delve into the darkest corners of true crime. Today we're exploring a case that shocked the nation and continues to provoke debate to this day. Prepare yourselves for the disturbing tale of Kay Letourneau and Vili Fualaau, a story of forbidden attraction, abuse of power, and the devastating consequences that followed. In the quiet suburbs of Seattle, Washington, a scandal was brewing that would soon captivate the nation. The year was 1997. And a 34-year-old teacher named Kay Letourneau was about to become infamous for a relationship that would challenge societal norms, destroy families, and leave a legacy of controversy that continues to this day. Kay Schmitz was born in Tustin, California on January 30th, 1962. The fourth of 7 children, she grew up in a strict Catholic family. Her father, John Schmitz, was a conservative politician who served as a Republican state senator and later as a U.S. representative. Mary's childhood was marked by tragedy when her 3-year-old brother drowned in the family pool, an event that would leave a lasting impact on her psyche. Despite this trauma, Mary excelled in school and was a cheerleader at an all-girls Catholic high school in Anaheim. In 1985, she married her college sweetheart, Steve Letourneau, whom she had met while attending Arizona State University. The couple moved to Alaska and started a family, eventually having 4 children together. However, their marriage was reportedly troubled, with allegations of emotional and physical abuse. By 1989, the Letourneau family had settled in Seattle, where Mary began teaching 2nd grade at Shorewood Elementary School. It was here that she first encountered 8-year-old Vili Fualaau, a bright-eyed boy born to Samoan immigrants. Even then, Mary would later claim, she saw something special in Vili, noting his artistic abilities. Over the next few years, Letourneau maintained contact with Fualaau, ostensibly to encourage his talents. She provided him with art supplies and took him on trips to museums. In 1996, Fualaau, now 12, found himself once again in Letourneau's class, this time for 6th grade. It was during this year that their relationship took a disturbing turn. Letourneau, then 34 and a mother of 4, began to view the 12-year-old Fualaau in a romantic light. Despite the massive age difference and her position of authority, she allowed herself to entertain these feelings. Fualaau, experiencing the confusion of early adolescence, developed a crush on his teacher. It's worth noting that Vili was only a year older than Kay's eldest son, a fact that adds another layer of discomfort to the situation. As the school year progressed, Letourneau invited Fualaau to her home frequently, ostensibly to spend time with her family and play with her children. The two were spending an increasing amount of time together, and their relationship was evolving in a direction that would soon shock the community. In a chilling demonstration of his immaturity and the problematic nature of the situation, Fualaau reportedly made a $20 bet with a classmate that he could sleep with Mrs. Letourneau. This childish wager underscores the vast gulf in maturity between the 12-year-old boy and his 34-year-old teacher. The illicit relationship between Letourneau and Fualaau came to light in June 1996. A police officer discovered them in a parked car at a marina. Both Letourneau and Fualaau lied about their identities and ages, but the officer, suspecting something was amiss, took them to the police station. Despite this close call, the relationship continued in secret. As summer began, the inappropriate relationship escalated into sexual abuse. By the end of the summer, Kay was pregnant with Vili's child. The gravity of this situation cannot be overstated. A 34-year-old married mother of 4 was carrying the child of her 12-year-old former student. The facade began to crumble when Kay's husband, Steve, discovered love letters she had written to Fualaau. He confronted the boy, but the affair persisted. The situation reached a breaking point in February 1997 when one of Steve's relatives anonymously called Shorewood Elementary, revealing that a teacher was having an inappropriate relationship with a student. Letourneau was arrested on March 4, 1997. By this time, she was already 6 months pregnant with Fualaau's child. In a move that would prove controversial, Letourneau claimed that she didn't realize her actions constituted a felony. This statement, whether born of genuine ignorance or a desperate attempt at mitigation, would do little to sway public opinion. Throughout the ensuing legal proceedings, Fualaau continued to support Letourneau. In a heart-wrenching display of his own victimization, the young boy insisted that he was not a victim, that their relationship was consensual, and that they were in love. His statements, while undoubtedly sincere from his perspective, serve as a stark reminder of the power imbalance and manipulation inherent in such situations. Letourneau pleaded guilty to 2 counts of second-degree rape of a child. In a shocking turn of events, she gave birth to her and Fualaau's first daughter on May 29, 1997, while awaiting sentencing. The birth of this child added another layer of complexity to an already fraught situation. On November 14, 1997, Letourneau was sentenced to 6 months in county jail and 3 years of sex offender treatment. She was ordered to have no contact with Fualaau or any other minors, including her own children. Steve Letourneau was granted a divorce and full custody of their 4 children, effectively severing Mary Kay's ties to her first family. However, Mary Kay Letourneau's story was far from over. Just 2 weeks after completing her jail sentence, she was found in a car with Fualaau near her home. They had met multiple times since her release, flagrantly violating the court order. This time, the consequences were much more severe. The judge revoked Letourneau's plea agreement and sentenced her to 7.5 years in prison. In a twist that seemed to defy belief, Letourneau was pregnant again with Fualaau's second child. She gave birth in prison in October 1998, with both of her children with Fualaau being placed in the custody of Vili's mother. During her incarceration, Letourneau struggled to adjust. She reportedly spent significant time in solitary confinement due to her behavior, including attempts to contact Fualaau through letters and phone calls. Her actions demonstrated a disturbing inability or unwillingness to recognize the inappropriateness of her relationship with Fualaau. Meanwhile, Fualaau was grappling with the consequences of becoming a father at such a young age. He dropped out of high school, battled depression and alcoholism, and even attempted suicide in 1999. The trauma of his experiences was taking a severe toll on his mental health and life trajectory. Letourneau was released from prison in August 2004. By this time, Fualaau was 21 years old and legally an adult. In a move that shocked many, he successfully petitioned the court to reverse the no-contact order, allowing him and Letourneau to reunite. On May 20, 2005, Mary Kay Letourneau and Vili Fualaau were married. She was 43, and he was 22. The wedding, held at a winery in Washington, was covered extensively by the media, reigniting public debate about their relationship. Many wondered if this union was a testament to enduring love or a disturbing result of years of grooming and manipulation. The couple's married life was far from smooth. They faced ongoing scrutiny from the public and struggled with the complexities of their unusual relationship. Letourneau worked as a legal assistant and occasionally as a DJ, while Fualaau worked in a home improvement store and also pursued a career as a DJ. They raised their 2 daughters together, attempting to create a semblance of normalcy in a situation that was anything but normal. However, the cracks in their relationship began to show. In 2017, after 12 years of marriage, Fualaau filed for separation. Though he withdrew the filing, the couple separated again in 2019. It seemed that the weight of their complicated history and the public scrutiny had finally taken its toll. Despite their separation, when Letourneau was diagnosed with cancer in 2020, Fualaau returned to care for her during her final months. This act of compassion added yet another layer of complexity to their already complicated relationship. Mary Kay Letourneau passed away on July 6, 2020, at the age of 58, bringing an end to a life marked by controversy and leaving behind a legacy that continues to provoke debate. In the years following Letourneau's death, Fualaau has begun to speak more openly about his experiences. Now in his late 30s, he seems to have gained a new perspective on the relationship that defined much of his life. In recent interviews, he has acknowledged that if he, as an adult, were to find himself attracted to a 12-year-old, he would seek professional help. He has also stated that if either of his daughters were to tell him they were dating a teacher, he would report it immediately. These statements suggest a growing recognition of the inappropriate nature of his relationship with Letourneau. They also highlight the lasting impact of the abuse he suffered, as he now views similar situations through the lens of a parent rather than a victim. The story of Mary Kay Letourneau and Vili Fualaau remains one of the most controversial and widely discussed criminal cases of the late 20th century. It challenged societal norms, raised questions about consent and power dynamics, and left a trail of personal devastation in its wake. While some romanticized their relationship, pointing to their eventual marriage as proof of genuine love, others rightly criticized it as a clear case of child abuse and exploitation. The power imbalance between a teacher and student, coupled with the vast age difference, made any notion of consent impossible. Mary Kay Letourneau's actions had far-reaching consequences. She destroyed her first family, traumatized a young boy, and became a pariah in society. Her inability or unwillingness to acknowledge the wrongness of her actions, even years later, suggests a disturbing lack of remorse or understanding of the harm she caused. For Vili Fualaau, the consequences were equally severe. His childhood and adolescence were irrevocably altered. He became a father twice over before he was even old enough to drive, missed out on typical teenage experiences, and struggled with mental health issues and substance abuse. The trauma he experienced has undoubtedly shaped the course of his entire life. As society continues to grapple with issues of sexual abuse and exploitation, the Letourneau case serves as a stark reminder of the lasting damage such relationships can cause. It highlights the importance of maintaining appropriate boundaries between adults and children, especially in positions of authority and trust. The case also underscores the need for better education and awareness about sexual abuse, both for potential victims and for society at large. It reminds us that abuse can take many forms, and that even relationships that may appear consensual on the surface can be deeply problematic and harmful. In the end, the story of Kay Letourneau and Vili Fualaau is a tragedy on multiple levels. As we reflect on this case, we are reminded of the importance of safeguarding children, the need for clear boundaries in positions of authority, and the complex nature of abuse and its aftermath. The legacy of Kay Letourneau and Vili Fualaau serves as a somber reminder of what can happen when these boundaries are crossed, and the devastating consequences that can follow.